Right now on CBS 12 News this morning at 6, Democratic lawmakers calling on the governor to take on rising rent prices in the upcoming special session. Ahead, how he is responding to that letter this morning.
Plus, dozens of people from the Treasure Coast to the Palm Beaches all scammed by the same pool company.
It's a tough pill to swallow knowing that I made a bad investment of $44,000.
How one lawmaker plans to take action against the accused contractor that left customers with a hole in their pockets and their backyards.
And tracking rain to get our Friday started. We'll talk more about where else we'll see some rain and storms throughout your weekend.
It's a new day. This is CBS 12 News This Morning.
Well, we are tracking some rain on this Friday morning. Good morning, I'm Matt Lincoln.
And I'm Sam Kerrigan. Our area did see some much needed rain, though, and we've got more on the way.
So, Lauren, what about for the whole weekend? What are we looking here over the next 3 days?
Spotty showers, couple of downpours, but like Sam said, much needed for the area. The drought, we had a new drought monitor that got issued yesterday. We'll look at that in about 10 minutes, but the drought has worsened, so this rain is very helpful and very beneficial to us right now. I want you to notice, though, all the stalled rainfall that's off the coast between us and the Bahamas, how a lot of that's not really moving onshore. We've got opposing wind forces, and that allows rain and storms to stall and sit in place for long periods of time. So through the morning, this is 11 o'clock, rain could essentially just hover right along the coast of Palm Beach County before moving inland much later. This is 6:30 later today. At that point, a lot of the activity could be southwest of Lake Okeechobee, down near Broward and Dade, while our skies then remain partly cloudy. That is good for Sunfest because then it will be dry later, but with rain happening during the day, it means the ground will probably be very muddy if you're heading out there. Rainfall totals between now and Sunday evening. We could see up to about 2 inches of rain between now and the end of our weekend. We're going to talk more about this rainy pattern still ahead. Matt, Sam.
All right, Lauren, at 6:02 now, we are taking a look at that drive. So far, so good on a Friday morning. West Palm Beach up to Jupiter, a quick 16 minutes for you on the Turnpike. And Traffic Tracker 12 in Palm Beach County right now, heading south on Australian Avenue in West Palm Beach. We are not tracking any crashes or delays.
Well, this morning, state Democrats are asking Governor DeSantis to address the ongoing rent crisis.
27 lawmakers signed a letter asking the governor to tackle rising rents in the upcoming special session on property insurance next month.
So Jay O'Brien's tracking this for us at the Live Desk, and he joins us now. Jay, what can you tell us?
Yeah, good morning, guys. Rents are going up by the day here and now. There comes this letter that you mentioned from those 27 state Democrats. They signed it, sent it to the governor. We pulled out the key part for you. It talks about rent relief to renters throughout Florida. They want the governor to expand the call for next month's special legislative session and address those rising costs of rent, particularly right here in South Florida. You'll remember Governor DeSantis announced this week he's calling lawmakers back to Tallahassee for a third time this year to address the state's spiking property insurance rates. That came after a lot of arm twisting from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle. And now a lot of prominent Democrats want him to add curbing rising rents to the agenda for that session as well. But that's going to be easier said than done. The governor's office is already responding to this letter this morning, saying it doesn't lay out a clear proposal to curb those rising rents. Plus, a number of state Republicans have already said, they've said it to us here at CBS 12, that they can't think of a quick fix to stop these rent prices from going up, aside from, say, rent control. And there are a lot of Republicans who tell us they don't want to go that far. So this morning, the governor's office is also saying the state has already done a lot to tackle rising rents, including earmarking, here it is, $300 million in that new state budget that the governor has recently signed. That would be for affordable housing projects. But there are concerns that that money will take a while to be felt, and there are people who need that help now, guys.
Yeah, Jay, a lot of people struggling right now. And this morning, we're also feeling the impact of the economy, trying to put food on the dinner table. New numbers from the Bureau of Labor Statistics show food prices are up nearly 9% from last year. Soybeans, which are used to feed livestock or turned into oil, are up 26%, and corn up 37% this year. Now, these are just some of the products that join a long list like vegetable oil, oats, and wheat.
And we know you're feeling the pinch at the prices that are going up at grocery stores. Our CBS 12 News reporter Kara Duffy asked our CBS 12 viewers to weigh in on her Facebook page. Dozens of comments came in about what some people are doing to save some extra bucks. So listen to this. Dave tells us he's not buying steaks or fresh seafood. Instead, he's working on new recipes with what's already in his cabinets to get more out of his money. Bill says his family is looking into coupons or using lookalike products, as well as cutting back on non-essential items. And Joey tells us he usually buys store brands when possible, but for him, the key is to have a grocery list and only go once a week so you're not tempted to splurge if you go more than once. As you can see, it's a problem that a lot of people are relating to right now. Kara spoke to some shoppers about the rise in prices. Personally, don't miss her story coming up on Monday right here on CBS 12 News this morning. She's also going to give us some of the top suggestions that could help save you some money.
6:05 right now, and gas prices, of course, also top of mind right now, especially ahead of that summer vacation where we could see prices go up once again. It certainly does not look like Florida is going to see any break anytime soon. That's according to this AAA gas map you see right here. Our area is seeing the most expensive gas in the state. That is the red that you see here in Florida, where gas is well above the national average. We're talking about $4.33 in Palm Beach County right now. A financial expert, though, shared some simple tips with us on ways you can stretch your money and your gas. So if you can bike to a place you're going, definitely do that instead of driving. If you can't, consider doing all your errands at one time. So that way you're just driving once rather than going back and forth throughout the week. And this is important here. Use cash instead of a card at the pump. Some gas stations charge a lower price per gallon if you pay with cash as a way to avoid any card processing fees. Of course, these are just a few small things that could help make a big difference.
And all this comes as we are learning the U.S. economic growth is not showing any signs of picking up. The Bureau of Economic Analysis released new data on the nation's gross domestic product showing that the economy is shrinking. Take a look here as the GDP dropped 1.4% between January and March. That's a big difference from the final quarter of 2021 when the measure grew nearly 7%. This right here is the worst performance for the GDP since the start of the pandemic.
It is just about 6:07 right now, and this morning CBS 12 News is hearing from more victims of the Treasure Coast all the way to the Palm Beaches, accusing a pool company of defrauding them out of tens of thousands of dollars. They say the company Pro Pools from Stuart is taking down payments from customers and leaving pools unfinished. Roger Klein from Port St. Lucie is one of those victims.
It's a tough pill to swallow knowing that I made a bad investment of $44,000 to have a hole dug. It's sickening, gut-wrenching.
Right now, there are nearly 50 complaints on the Treasure Coast, and we also know about 15 complaints in Jupiter, Boynton Beach, and Loxahatchee. We know Representative John Snyder from Stuart is calling the Department of Business and Professional Regulation for the immediate suspension of the state license for Pro Pools. Now, the Better Business Bureau has some tips to make sure you're getting what you pay for. So listen up. It all comes down to doing your research. Read the company's reviews online and search for previous complaints. Check to make sure they have the proper license, and even consider running a background check on your contractors.
And this morning, scammers are targeting Florida Power and Light customers. Martin County deputies say they're getting reports of scammers calling customers saying they need to make a payment or their power will be cut off and they'll be arrested. If you get that call, hang up right away.
6:08 is the time, and coming up next on CBS 12 News this morning, millions of kids as young as 6 months old could soon get a COVID shot. Ahead, the new findings in Moderna's trial on this age group.
And a big night for a big man from a small town. We'll show you how Evan Neal went from Okeechobee to the first round of the NFL draft.
And before we head to break, here is a live look at the Roosevelt Bridge in Stuart on this Friday morning. It is looking beautiful out there. Some of us are going to see some rain today. We're going to check back in with meteorologist Lorna Lesky right after this break.